The Trump administration's plan to slash over 2,000 senior NASA employees has sparked outrage and fear that America's space program is being dismantled just as global competition heats up. Now, these cuts, part of a broader push to shrink federal spending, could cripple NASA's ability to lead in space exploration, leaving the US vulnerable in a new space race. With China's space program surging, the timing couldn't be worse. The recent reports reveal that the Trump administration is planning to cut at least 2,145 high-ranking NASA employees, many of whom hold specialized skills critical to the agency's missions. Now, these layoffs, driven by a proposed 25% budget reduction for NASA in 2026, are part of a larger effort to reduce the federal workforce. The cut targets senior staff in GS-13 to GS-15 roles, including 1,818 employees working on core areas like science and human spaceflight. NASA is offering early retirement, buyouts, and deferred resignations to achieve this reduction, with a deadline for employers to decide by July 25, 2025. The agency's 18,000-strong workforce is already reeling from uncertainty, compounded by the lack of a Senate-approved NASA administrator. Why are these cuts happening? Now, the Trump administration argues that trimming federal agencies, including NASA, will boost efficiency and cut unnecessary spending. The proposed 2026 budget slashes NASA's funding, potentially making it one of the smallest budgets since 1960s. Now, this move aligns with a broader strategy to downsize government operations, with NASA's science programs facing a 47% cut. The administration has also appointed Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy as interim NASA administrator after withdrawing billionaire Jarek Isserman's nomination, adding to leadership instability. Critics, including former NASA science chiefs, warn that these cuts prioritize short-term savings over long-term innovations, risking America's leadership in space. How will this impact NASA? Now, losing over 2,000 senior employees, about 11% of NASA's workforce, threatens to create a brain drain. These staff members, many with decades of experience, are vital for planning missions to moons and Mars. Here's how the Mars could cut NASA's hit. Loss of expertise. Senior staff in roles like engineering, mission planning, and science are leaving, creating gaps that could take years to fill. Delayed missions. The Artemis programs aiming to land humans on the moon by 2027 and future Mars mission could face significant delays. Center impacts. Major NASA centers like Goddard, Johnson, and Kedley will see reduced capacity for critical operations. What does this mean for the world? The ripple effects of these cuts extend far beyond NASA's walls, potentially reshaping global shape exploration and scientific progress. Weakened US leadership. As NASA flatters China's space program with a workforce of over 170,000 in advancing rapidly, its recent successes, like the Taiwan 2 asteroid mission, shows its growing ambition. A diminished NASA could code America's edge in the space race. Scientific setbacks. Cancelling dozens of science programs could slow discoveries in climate research, astrophysics, and planetary science, affecting global knowledge. Economic and educational impact. Now, NASA's work drives technological innovation and inspires future scientists. Cuts could stifle economic growth and discourage students from pursuing STEM careers. Global competition. Other nations like China may fill the void left by weakened NASA, shifting the balance of power in space exploration. What's next? NASA insists it remains committed to its mission, but experts warn that rebuilding lost expertise could take decades. The Planetary Society and former NASA leaders are urging Congress to reject the budget cuts, emphasizing the need to preserve US leadership in space. Meanwhile, the lack of a confirmed administrator and ongoing layoffs continue to destabilize the agency. As the world watches, the stakes are high. These cuts could not only derail NASA's ambitious plan, but also reshape the future of global space exploration. That's all for now in this story. Stay tuned to the Savera, download the app and follow us on various social media platforms.